What's going on, guys? So in front of you, you were looking at one absolutely gorgeous and super rugged SUV. This is a 2025 Toyota 4Runner TRDPro. And let me tell you, Toyota didn't hold back with this one. Hang tight, we'll be right back. Now, first thing you're going to notice is the paint. Toyota calls this mud bath. It's a non-metallic high gloss gray, and in person it looks tough, clean, no flakes, no metallic, just a deep solid shine that really fits this truck's purpose-built vibe. Now, you're either going to love it or you're going to think it's too plain, but it definitely stands out from the usual white and silver options that most people look at. So under the hood, this TRDPro comes standard with Toyota's iForce Max hybrid powertrain. It's a 2.4-liter turbocharged 4-cylinder engine with electric assist. Pushes out a combined 326 horsepower and massive 465 pound-feet of torque. So that torque hits really early, right around 1700 RPMs. So you got a lot of usable down-low grunt, which really matters when you're off-road or you're pulling weight. So speaking of weight, Toyota bumped the towing capacity to 6,000 pounds. That's 1,000 pounds more than its predecessor. So this isn't full-size truck territory, but it's definitely going to give you more towing capacity whenever you're hauling a smaller travel trailer, a boat, or a small utility trailer. And the hybrid torque means you're going to feel it less when you're pulling upgrade as well. It's got a 2-inch receiver here on the back, and it's covered with this cool rubber Toyota cap that plugs it up. Now, being a TRDPro, it's packed with a bunch of off-road gear. We're talking about TRD-tuned Fox shocks, front and rear skid plates, locking rear diff, crawl control, multi-terrain select, and disconnecting front sway bar. Toyota calls this technology stabilizer bar disconnect mechanism. It's the first 4Runner that's going to give it to you, and it really lets you maximize articulation without crawling underneath to have to unbolt anything. So it's a really great feature for those of you who are going to be into serious off-roading with a 4Runner. Now let's talk about the wheels and tires. It sits on 18-inch black TRD wheels. They're wrapped in all-terrain tires. These are going to be Toyo tires. They're the open country ATs. It has a wider stance, and you can see the contrasting black fender flares, which give it a really, really good aggressive look, but not over the top. It still looks like a very, I guess, road-worthy 4Runner, and not something that you would only have to take out off-roading. You can actually see the multi-link suspension right here. Over top, you can see your Fox reservoir shocks as well. Fully boxed E-coated frame. On the front, you can see your TRD components here also. Fox shocks as well. Very, very nice setup. Up front, you're going to have a ton of technology and lighting. You have a TRD light bar that's integrated right here in the center, plus your fog lights are actually really bright, rigid TRD lights, and you're going to have nice LED accented headlights along with auto-adjusting headlights that are LED, both high beam and low beam. Really, really good to see that up front, and I love that integrated light bar. Just blends in perfectly. You also have your TRD badging here on the hood, which looks really, really nice, and you have a hood scoop up here. Now, hopping inside, it's got an updated interior for sure. Full LCD display here, LCD display up here as well, and it's absolutely massive. It's a 14-inch display. It's got wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, as you would probably suspect, plus TRD branding in all sorts of different areas. They have what they call soft text material, red stitching, which looks really, really good. And quite frankly, they've just done a really good job of giving you an off-road inspired interior that doesn't feel like it's just for off-road. You can absolutely use this as a family hauler as well. Plus, you get Toyota Safety Sense 3.0, which is standard, so that's going to give you like your adaptive cruise control, lane assist, as well as all the other stuff that's pretty much becoming normal on most vehicles these days. You're also going to have the JBL sound system in here, and we look down in the center console, you have all of your drive control modes, tow haul, drive mode, MTS, as well as your downhill control and crawl mode. You have your trailering button, you have your camera views, as well as your ability to lock the rear differential and disconnect the front sway bar, which is going to give you far more wheel articulation if you're off-roading. Your four-wheel drive controls are right here, your parking brake. And yeah, this is just a really good setup. I love the fact that your AC controls are all still manual. You don't have to go through touch screens to get to AC controls, and I like that. I love the big giant knobs. This is actually really reminiscent of what I'm used to in my F450, and I love that. Your heated and cooled seats in here also, plus a heated steering wheel. So the seats are really cool. Now these aren't as cool as some of the seats I've seen in the Tacomas that have the TRDPro with like the suspension built into the back of the seat. But arguably you probably don't want that in this type of vehicle, because if you have people sitting in the second row, which is a reason why you might get this over something like a Tacoma, you're not going to have a lot of legroom if you have all of that suspension jazz behind the seat. But overall, it is really, really nice how it's laid out. Again, I love the TRD badging that's everywhere. It's on the floor mats and it's also on the doors right here. They give you a cool pocket right here. That's actually super useful for passengers. They can put their phone there, they can put other things there. If they're driving, they have a snack, they can throw that there as well. Plus you have a nice soft touch glove box. And then your center console right here. It's compact, but it'll carry a bunch of junk in there if you need to. Your cup holders right here. They don't have cup holders right here. I do think that would be kind of cool to have. They do have a nice grab bar right here for driver or passenger if you're going to be going over crazy off-road scenarios. You need something to grab onto. You also have a grab bar there, and one here for the driver as well. You also have a video rear view mirror, which is really nice, and you have a sunroof. It's a standard non-panoramic sunroof. But you know what? I don't even like sunroofs, so I'll take that over a panoramic sunroof. You have, again, your JBL sound system up front. On this side right here, you can actually adjust the level of your front headlights. So you can actually rotate them up or down. Comes in super handy if you're towing, so you don't blind oncoming traffic. You have auxiliary buttons up here also, so you can hook up light bars or other auxiliary features. You could probably even run it to a solenoid to control like a winch if you have one in a bumper. You can turn on your 120-volt AC power outlet that's in the back. Plus you have all your lighting here, and again down there is your TRD light bar. Your fuel door opening is right there as well, and you can pop the back gate from the inside driver's seat also. On the steering wheel, all of your typical controls to control your phone, to control your voice operated features, as well as all of your safety features from radar cruise control to lane keeping, and to be able to navigate through all of your options up here on your LCD display. On the door, they've done some interesting things. They have kind of this plastic faux molly kind of mounting system to put stuff here. You have pockets down here. It looks like you can put 3 drinks down here as well, which is kind of cool. Nice rubber grip. That's actually rubber versus like a leather material. Plus 2 memory seats and all the normal stuff. Power mirrors. You can fold the mirrors in as well, which is really nice. From your screen here, you probably have a ton of camera views. So you have this really cool surround camera view. Let's see what else you have on here. You can change the color of your vehicle. You can change different angles. And of course, you're going to have 360-degree camera views as well as your backup camera. Now, hopping out so I could get in the back seat, one thing I'm not seeing are any type of rock sliders. Typically on this type of package, you would see factory rock sliders, and I don't see anything like that on here, so that's kind of interesting. Okay, checking out the back, you have that same kind of vent. It's just plastic. It's kind of hollow on the back. I mean, it looks cool, but it's not really gonna, you know, add to any real function. Cup holder here, which is nice. JBL speakers. This is not rubber, so this is plastic. Up front, this grip is rubber. In the back, it's plastic. You have a spot for 3 people back here. Nice reclining seats as well. Back here, you have your air conditioning as well as your USB-C and a 110 outlet. Looks like you can go up to 20 amps as far as the type of connection to plug in, because it has that little sideways facing prong right there. You have some pockets in the back of the seat. Back of the seats are kind of plain, to be honest with you. All right, let's go ahead and look at the back area. Okay, opening up the power lift gate. Your controls are here. You have the ability to lock it in a certain position too, just in case you're a little shorter, so you have the ability to reach it and it doesn't go up too high. Looking in the back right here, this specific one I don't believe has 3rd row. I think it's all just pretty much storage back here. Yeah, so there's no 3rd row in this, even though if you get the non-TRDPro, I believe you can get this with 3rd row. You do have the pockets over here, and yeah, this is a really nice space though. It's a lot of space in here. You have a 2,400 watt outlet here in the back, and that's what that side prong's for, because that's gonna be for like a 20 amp type plug, which, to be honest, you're not gonna find a lot of things that have that type of plug on it, but it's cool to know that you have 2,400 watts worth of power off of the back. Let's see under here if you have anything going on. So you have a mat, looks like this lifts up. Underneath here, you have ball mount assembly. Well, that's cool. So this actually comes with a lot of the towing equipment you might need for this vehicle. Nicely hidden underneath here. Plus, as always, you get the first aid kit, which is, I think, one of the few vehicles that actually offers it. There may be some other vehicles, but Toyota and Lexus have been doing that for a long time. Really good looking LED lights back here. It's just a bunch of real thin LED strips, gives it a great accent look to the back. You also have a feature back here that lets you lock or unlock the vehicle from outside in the back, which is kind of cool. Underneath here, you have your spare tire. You have some tie-down points as well. Your parking sensors all the way around. And then you have kind of a basic exhaust. To be honest with you, I would have expected something a little bit more flashy. Maybe there is an option for like a chrome tip or dual exhaust or something. But the exhaust sound off of this definitely screams 4-cylinder. It doesn't sound like it's a V6. It doesn't sound like it's a V8 by any means. But it still sounds throaty and raspy. But it is a 4-cylinder and it sounds like a 4-cylinder. You got your nice luggage rack there on top of the vehicle as well. But overall, it's a tremendously capable vehicle. The 4Runner has always been the dream vehicle to a lot of folks who have been looking for like a mixture of an everyday vehicle as well as the capability of a super off-road capable vehicle. And this kind of combines all of that into one absolutely gorgeous package. I mean, this is truly a beautiful off-road SUV. Again, it's kind of missing some steps here. You know, if you're not going to put rock sliders there, you could put some type of a step. And at the price point that this comes in at, which I'll go over here in a second, you would kind of expect it to have steps or rock sliders on it. So real quick, put down your guesses. What do you think this thing MSRP's for? What do you think? Put your numbers down. So the MSRP for this vehicle is $70,598. The delivery, processing, and handling fee of $1,450 gives you a grand total of $72,048. What do you think of that price? Is that a price that you think is within the wheelhouse of an off-road SUV like this with the features that I've shown you? Again, you can't discount the fact that you pay a premium for Toyota because you get kind of their legendary engineering, reliability, and capability that you might question with some other vehicles, right? You take this one out to the desert, you take this one out off-roading, you pretty much know it's going to make it back not broken, whereas you can't say that about all vehicles. Some vehicles you kind of question, am I doing too much with it? And 4Runners have always been those vehicles that if you see one broken down, it's probably a very rare sight and they probably did something pretty dang extreme with it, or it just has a million miles on it and something finally broke. From a fuel economy perspective, you get 23 city, 24 highway, and 23 combined. That's not stellar fuel economy. That is fuel economy that I would have expected maybe 3 or 4 years ago. I would really like to see these things getting in the 26 to 27 miles per gallon in the city and close to 30, 32 on the highway. I would even sacrifice horsepower and torque to get there because I think a lot of people value range over actual performance in some cases. If you can get 600 miles to a tank, I think people now prefer that over getting 300 miles to a tank, but having a little bit more get up and go. But leave a comment below. I'd love to know what your thoughts are on that topic. That said, beautiful SUV. We're going to have it for several more days and we're going to put this thing through the ringer. We're going to probably take it out to the beach and see how it performs on Padre Island in the deep, heavy sand. I don't think it'll have any problem. We've never had a Toyota that has had a problem. That said, please drop a comment below. Let me know what you think. If you haven't had a chance, please take a moment, subscribe to the channel, give me a thumbs up, and we'll talk to you again very soon.